beginning, because sometimes we are so addicted to the drama, the inconsistency, and the endless cycle of highs and lows that we confuse pain with passion. But the reality is, when someone is truly meant for you, they won't keep you guessing, they won't make you question your worth, and they won't turn your heart into a battlefield. Their presence will feel like silence after a storm, like finally being able to breathe after holding it in for too long. Chaos in relationships often comes disguised as excitement, but it's really just emotional instability. You know it well. The overthinking, the sleepless nights, the anxiety every time they don't reply, the ache of wondering if they actually care or if you're just an option. That isn't love. That's fear, and fear has no place in a bond that is supposed to bring healing. The person who is meant for you won't put you through endless mind games. They won't leave you hanging just to keep you hooked. They won't treat your emotions like something to play with when it suits them. When it's meant to be, there will be a rhythm between your hearts that feels steady, safe, and unshakable. Peace in a relationship doesn't mean there are no disagreements, no challenges, or no imperfections. It means that even in the disagreements, there's respect. Even in the challenges, there's teamwork. Even in the imperfections, there's understanding. You don't live on edge, waiting for the next argument, waiting for the next excuse, waiting for the next disappointment. Instead, you live in a space where you know you are valued, you are heard, and you are not competing for love. You are simply receiving it. And that is the difference between chaos and peace. When someone is meant for you, their energy settles your energy. Their presence doesn't drain you, it nourishes you. You don't feel small next to them. You feel like yourself fully and unapologetically. You don't feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid to say the wrong thing, afraid to lose them if you show your real emotions. No, when it's right, you are free to be vulnerable, free to express, free to love without fear of punishment or rejection, because they make you feel safe, and that safety is where love grows. The mistake so many people make is thinking that love should be hard to prove its worth, that if it doesn't hurt, it isn't real, that if it doesn't make you suffer, then it isn't deep enough. But that's a lie. Love was never meant to be a battlefield. Love was never meant to exhaust you to the point where you forget who you are. Love, when it's real, is peace. It's not a fire that burns you alive. It's a fire that warms you. It's not the storm that destroys everything in its path. It's the calmness that helps you rebuild. And once you taste that peace, you will never mistake chaos for love again. You will no longer settle for being drained, for being confused, for being an option in someone else's life, because you'll understand that the right person won't add to your pain. They will take the weight off your shoulders. They will stand with you, not against you. They will protect your peace, not steal it. Step 2, consistency over excuses. One of the biggest signs that someone is truly meant for you is that they will be consistent. Not just when it's easy, not just when it's convenient, not just when they want something from you, but every single day in ways both small and big. Because love, when it's real, does not come with constant explanations, excuses, or empty promises. It comes with action, and action repeated over time is consistency. That's how you know when someone's heart is aligned with yours, because they don't just say they care, they show it over and over again. The truth is, excuses are the language of people who don't value your heart enough to protect it. Excuses are what you hear when someone wants to keep you in their life, but not fully commit to showing up for you. Excuses are a mask, a way of covering up the reality that they are not prioritizing you. And you have probably experienced this before. Someone who tells you they're just busy. Someone who promises to change but never does. Someone who tells you what you want to hear just to keep you from walking away. But if they were truly meant for you, they would never make you feel like you have to beg for effort. Because when someone wants you, excuses don't exist. Effort becomes natural. Consistency becomes automatic. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean someone will never disappoint you or never make mistakes. What it does mean is reliability. It means that when they fall short, they take accountability instead of hiding behind an excuse. It means that when they say they'll be there, you can actually believe them. It means their words carry weight because their actions have proven them time and time again. And that is what gives you the kind of love you can trust. Not the dramatic promises, not the grand gestures once in a while, but the steady rhythm of someone who shows up for you without being asked. When someone is meant for you, you don't find yourself questioning whether you matter to them. You don't have to analyze mixed signals or decode their silence. Their effort speaks loudly and consistently enough that you don't need to guess. They prove to you with their actions that you are a priority, not an afterthought. That is the power of consistency. It takes away confusion and builds a foundation of trust. Without consistency, love collapses. With consistency, love grows stronger. The mistake many people make is confusing words with love. They hear apologies, they hear promises, they hear emotional declarations, and they hold on to those words as proof of commitment. But words without action are just noise. Anyone can say they care, but not everyone can show it when it matters most. That is why excuses should never impress you. What should impress you is presence. What should impress you is the steady effort of someone who is building with you instead of finding ways to justify their absence. Consistency is not glamorous. It's not always exciting, but it is the quiet strength that holds real love together. Because love is not proven in one big moment. It is proven in the daily effort, the small acts, the reliability, the accountability, the showing up again and again. And when someone is truly meant for you, you will see it in their consistency, not just when everything is good, but when life gets hard. Because love is not about who is there when it's easy, it's about who remains when it's not. When someone is meant for you, they won't give you excuses, they will give you consistency, and that is how love proves itself. Step 3, growth instead of drain. One of the clearest signs that someone is truly meant for you is that their presence in your life pushes you toward growth, not exhaustion. The right person does not drain you emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. They expand you. They bring out the strongest version of who you are, not the most broken version. Too many people confuse attachment with love, when in reality, an attachment can keep you stuck in cycles of pain, while real love helps you evolve into the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Think about the relationships that drained you, the ones where you felt like you were constantly giving but receiving nothing in return, the ones where your energy was always being poured out to fix someone, to chase someone, to convince someone of your worth. Those kinds of connections leave you tired, heavy, and empty, as if all the light inside you is being dimmed just to keep the other person comfortable. That is not love. That is bondage. When someone is right for you, love doesn't suffocate you. It frees you. It doesn't make you smaller. It makes you bigger. It doesn't hold you back. It propels you forward. The right person challenges you in ways that help you grow, not in ways that destroy your spirit. They encourage you to chase your dreams, not belittle them. They hold you accountable, not to control you, but to remind you of your potential when you forget. They inspire you to heal, to elevate, and to expand. And even when they correct you, it doesn't feel like criticism that tears you down. It feels like love that pushes you to be better. That's the difference between someone who drains you and someone who grows you. Growth in a relationship is not about perfection. It's not about having someone who never makes mistakes or never triggers your insecurities. It's about having someone who walks beside you through those mistakes and insecurities, helping you rise instead of pulling you deeper into your wounds. It's about being with someone who doesn't just consume your energy but multiplies it. A person who is meant for you will pour into you in ways that leave you richer in spirit, stronger in mind, and more open in heart. When you're with the wrong person, you will notice that you are constantly tired. Tired of proving, tired of explaining, tired of begging, tired of compromising beyond what is healthy. You feel like you are always the one losing parts of yourself just to keep the relationship alive. But when it's right, it's the opposite. You don't lose yourself. You find yourself. You don't get smaller, you expand. You don't walk away broken, you walk away built. That is the mark of someone who is truly aligned with your soul. They don't take away from you, they add to you. And understand this: love that drains you is not love, it's dependency. It's fear disguised as attachment. Love that grows you is different. It is healing, it is strengthening, it is empowering. When you meet someone meant for you, you will not feel like you're running out of energy. You will feel like you are being recharged because their presence doesn't steal from you, it invests in you. The one who is meant for you will never drain your spirit. They will water your soul and help you grow. Step 4. Effort becomes natural. When someone is truly meant for you, effort does not feel forced, calculated, or conditional. It becomes natural. You don't have to beg for it, you don't have to demand it, and you don't have to fight for their attention, because love that is real naturally shows itself through action. One of the biggest misconceptions people carry is that love should feel like pulling teeth, that you have to constantly chase, remind, or force someone to care. But when it's genuine, effort flows as easily as breathing, and it comes from a place of desire, not obligation. Think about the relationships where you constantly had to ask for the bare minimum, asking them to text back, asking them to spend time with you, asking them to keep their promises, asking them to remember the things that matter to you. That kind of connection drains you because it makes you feel like you're always auditioning for love. Real love doesn't need an audition. It doesn't make you prove your worth every single day just to receive attention. When someone truly wants to be with you, they don't need to be convinced to show up. They just do. Effort is not always about grand gestures. It's not about expensive gifts or dramatic displays of affection. It's about the little things, the consistent check-ins, the remembering of details, the way they make you feel safe and valued without you even asking. It's about presence, reliability, and attentiveness. It's about someone who listens to you, not because they have to, but because they genuinely care. With the right person, these small acts aren't burdens, they're natural extensions of their love for you. What most people fail to realize is that lack of effort is not about being too busy, it's about priorities. Everyone makes time for what and who they value. The truth is, if someone constantly makes excuses, if they are only available when it suits them, if they disappear when you need them most, that is not love, that is convenience. The one meant for you won't make you feel like you're interrupting their life by being in it. They will integrate you into their world willingly, because effort for them is not a chore, it's a joy. And here's the beauty of it. When someone is truly aligned with you, effort doesn't feel one-sided. You will want to give just as much as you receive, because their love inspires you to invest in them without hesitation. That mutual exchange of effort builds a foundation that doesn't just survive, it thrives. You don't feel drained from giving because both of you are pouring into each other. And in that space, love becomes effortless, not because there's no work, but because the work doesn't feel heavy. Too many people settle for love that feels like begging, for connections that constantly leave them empty, for people who only put in effort when they're afraid of losing you. But when it's meant, effort is consistent, genuine, and unspoken. You don't have to keep questioning, do they care? Because every action answers that question for you. When someone is meant for you, they don't just say they love you. They live it in the way they show up, in the way they care, in the way they make you feel seen without you needing to remind them how. When it's real, effort isn't forced. It flows naturally because love that is meant for you will never need to be begged for. Step 5. Alignment of values. One of the most powerful indicators that someone is truly meant for you is the alignment of values. It's not just about liking the same hobbies, enjoying the same music, or sharing the same interests. Those things are temporary and surface level. Real connection runs deeper. It is about having a shared foundation of principles, morals, and life direction. When your values align with someone else's, you are not constantly at war with the most important parts of who you are. Instead, you are walking side by side, moving in the same direction with a bond that feels natural and unshakable. So many relationships fall apart not because of a lack of love, but because of a lack of alignment. Love alone is not enough to sustain a relationship if your values are pulling you in opposite directions. If one person values loyalty and commitment while the other values freedom without responsibility, the foundation cracks. If one values honesty while the other lives in half-truths, trust is broken. If one values growth and progress while the other is content staying stagnant, resentment builds. And eventually, no matter how much affection exists, those differences create chaos. Love may spark the connection, but alignment sustains it. When someone is truly meant for you, you won't feel like you're constantly compromising your core beliefs just to keep the relationship alive. You won't feel like you have to shrink, silence, or betray yourself to maintain their presence. Instead, you will find that your values naturally complement each other. You believe in the same principles of loyalty, respect, trust, and purpose. You might not agree on every single detail, but the foundation, the non-negotiables, are aligned. That alignment creates stability. It creates a sense of belonging because you know that both of you are building in the same direction, toward the same vision. Alignment of values doesn't mean you will never disagree. It means that even in your disagreements, you have the same core principles guiding you back to unity. For example, if both of you value respect, then even when you argue, there are boundaries you will never cross. If both of you value growth, then even when you struggle, you are both willing to learn and evolve. If both of you value loyalty, then no matter how tempting distractions may be, betrayal is never an option. That is the strength of aligned values. It gives your relationship a compass that keeps you from getting lost. Without alignment, relationships drain you. You will find yourself in a constant tug of war, trying to change someone or trying to tolerate what goes against your deepest truths. That kind of love exhausts the soul because it requires you to abandon parts of yourself to make it work. But when values align, love becomes empowering. It becomes a partnership where both people are building, not breaking, growing, not draining, moving forward, not backward. You feel supported, not suppressed. You feel seen, not silenced. The right person will not only respect your values, but share them. They will not only love you, but also understand you at the deepest level. They will not make you choose between them and your principles because their principles already align with yours. And that is when you know this connection is not temporary, it is meant to last because it is rooted in something unshakable. The one who is meant for you will never clash with your values. They will align with them, and together you'll walk in the same direction. Step 6, peace in uncertainty. One of the greatest tests of love is how it feels in the face of uncertainty. Life will never hand us a perfect script where everything is predictable and every outcome is guaranteed. Relationships, too, carry unknowns. There will always be challenges, changes, and seasons where the future cannot be seen clearly. But here is the difference. When someone is truly meant for you, even in uncertainty, there is peace. Their presence gives you a calm assurance that no matter what comes, you are not walking alone. And that feeling is priceless because peace in uncertainty is what separates real love from temporary attachment. Think about the times you were in the wrong relationship. The uncertainty there did not bring peace. It brought fear, insecurity, and constant doubt. You worried every time they pulled away. You questioned your worth every time their attention shifted. You lived in silent anxiety, wondering if tomorrow they would still choose you or if one mistake would push them into someone else's arms. That kind of uncertainty drains you because it feeds on fear. But when it's right, uncertainty doesn't scare you. It strengthens you. You know there will be storms, but you also know you will weather them together. The right person becomes your anchor in the unknown. Even when you don't have all the answers, you feel secure in their loyalty, their commitment, and their heart. You don't need daily reassurance in words because their actions have built a trust so strong that uncertainty doesn't shake it. It's the peace of knowing that whatever tomorrow brings, you won't face it abandoned or betrayed. And that is what makes all the difference, because peace doesn't come from knowing the future. It comes from knowing the person beside you is true. Peace in uncertainty is also about alignment of energy. The right person won't push you into constant confusion. They won't make you question whether you're wasting your time, whether they are serious about you, or whether their promises are real. Instead, they'll make the present so secure that you don't fear the future. Their consistency, their effort, their honesty, all of it comes together to give you the kind of love where you don't have to keep asking, what if? Because even if life is unpredictable, their love isn't. And understand this, every relationship will face seasons of doubt and change. But when someone is truly meant for you, you don't panic when the path isn't clear. You don't live in fear of losing them with every little misunderstanding. You know that even when things get tough, they will fight with you, not against you. That kind of security is rare, but it's also the greatest sign of real love. Because love was never meant to erase uncertainty. It was meant to give you peace inside it. When someone is not meant for you, uncertainty will always feel heavy. It will make you restless, paranoid, and unsteady. But when someone is meant for you, uncertainty will feel lighter, almost irrelevant, because their presence outweighs the unknown. And that is the beauty of it. You stop needing to control the future because you trust the connection enough to let it unfold. That trust, that security, that calmness in the middle of uncertainty, that is how you know this person is not just a chapter, but a part of your story. The one who is meant for you will give you peace, not by removing uncertainty, but by making you feel safe within it. At the end of the day, love is not meant to break you, confuse you, or make you doubt your worth. The one who is truly meant for you will bring peace, not chaos. They will choose consistency over excuses. They will help you grow instead of draining your spirit. With them, effort will never feel forced. It will flow naturally. Your values will align, giving you a foundation that cannot be shaken. And even in life's uncertainties, their presence will give you a peace that no one else can replace. So stop chasing love that confuses you, drains you, or leaves you empty. Real love will never demand that you sacrifice your soul just to keep it alive. When it's meant for you, you won't have to fight to hold it. It will stay, it will grow, and it will give you the kind of peace that tells you deep inside, this is real, this is home, this is love. The one who is meant for you will never confuse your heart. They will bring peace to it. So ask yourself today, are you holding on to someone who drains your soul, or are you waiting for the one who will finally give you peace?